That'll do. Welcome to our ride to Caton Layby for a nice bacon butty and a cup of tea. Although I think Lynn had coffee. Right, so we're coming on to Haslingden Road here. Sorry, Shasworth Road. It's a beautiful day. Currently the temperature is around about 6 degrees Celsius, which I think is about 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too bad. We need fuel, so I'm going to call at the petrol station, get some fuel. There is one there we've just passed, but we don't go there now because I think it's wrong that petrol garages they have days where they have so-called cheap fuel days where they knock a penny or two off a litre, and for maybe 2 days in a week. And I think that's wrong. I think that's not fair competition myself, because whenever the price comes down, and it has come down recently, we're always told that they can't reduce the price on the forecourt because it's of the previous delivery, i.e. the the lorry, the tanker hasn't delivered the new price fuel, so they can't reduce it. And yet it seems to go up on a whim. So when it does go up, like the one that we're going to, the BP garage, just up here on the left, on, I can't remember what it was now, Saturday I think, between Friday and Saturday it went up 1 penny. So it went from £1.06 per litre to £1.07 per litre from Friday to Saturday. I mean, when you think of the wholesale price of a barrel of oil, crude oil, how it's come down massively, we haven't seen reductions on the forecourts. I mean, it was £1.38 per litre for unleaded, 95 RON at its highest, I think, and it's now £1.07, so that's only 31 pence difference per litre. I mean, it's welcome, any reduction is welcome, but when you think of the amount that it's come down per barrel of crude oil, those prices don't match the actual fall in real terms. Anyway, less about that. We're now heading for the M65. There's some major work being done on this motorway junction and roundabout. We've just come through a couple of roundabouts, one with like a beehive, which is the emblem of Blackburn. There are some temporary traffic lights being installed there in the near future, when it's really busy at peak times, morning and afternoon. And the next roundabout, where all the corns were, that is actually being removed, and there are traffic lights being installed there, so it's going to be a whole new junction. Apparently it's all designed to get traffic moving in the in the peak times. Whether it works, we'll have to see. But what they should have done when they built before they built the single site hospital where I'm working, the Royal Blackburn, they should have made it dual carriageway, in and out. So, but that's typical of planning, or lack of planning. Right, so we're coming off the M65 here. We're just joining the M61. This roundabout here is really in a bad shape. It's really rutted. You can see the lines, the cracks. It's breaking apart, and it's like on a motorcycle. It's like being on tram lines. Really bad. But it's typical of our roads now, I'm afraid. This is coming down, joining the actual M60 wall itself, which runs into the M6, and as I call it, Tom and Edna Shuttleworth Way. After some very, very dear members of my family who were sadly no longer with us. They had a caravan, a motorhome. I can't think what you guys in America call them. They had a static caravan in a place called Overkellet, which is just outside Carnforth, just on the edge of Lancashire Cumbria border. The caravan site was called New England Caravan Site, or Caravan Park as it's probably called now, Holiday Park. And they had a caravan, and in the 1960s up to about 1972, my family and I, my mum and dad, my sister for a time, my brother and me, we used to enjoy our holidays there. It was great because the Lake District, Morecambe, all round there, it's kind of a really good base for getting about. And I always remember, you know, saying to Dad, you know, the usual, get on this motorway, not here, just at this next junction, which is junction 31. We used to get on there, and then it was only a 3-lane motorway. In fact, this part, in actual fact, just breaking away from my tail, this part was actually called the Preston Bypass, and it was the first motorway in the country. And I can't just remember when it was opened, but my dad's brother, my uncle Clifford, was involved in the construction of the bridge across the River Ribble, which is just up here. So yeah, again, a family connection. So I feel I've always called this motorway my motorway, because as I said, these holidays up to the caravan, and we get on there, we get on this motorway just at this after this, you know, at this junction 31. Just see the slip road there on your left, that takes you to Preston, and east to Blackburn, Clitheroe, etc. And we get on the motorway, and we'd only been going sort of, you know, maybe 10 miles, and I said, are we there yet? Which is normal for children in the back of a car. Are we there yet? And of course my dad's car at that time was probably the ones I can remember is a Ford Consul, and at one point he had a Oh, now then, Morris Oxford, which was a lovely car. That was a new car, really. It was fairly new. We didn't have that long. So, but yeah, and road speed, you know, we weren't doing 70 miles an hour, more like these are doing today. It were probably more like 50, 55. It were a 70 mile an hour limit, just like it is now. But of course, the old cars from the 1960s, well, my dad's cars were before then, probably 1950s. They weren't capable of doing speeds safely beyond 60 miles an hour, really. You know, especially older cars, you treat them with great respect to save you money. So yeah, so a journey to Carnforth, which is this is 31 where we've just come on. We've just passed that junction. Well, Carnforth is 35. So it's quite a way, really. Now this is 31A, this junction here, which takes you to the north of Preston and Longridge. The only trouble is with that junction, you can come off there, but you can't get back on the motorway going north. So you have to go to the next junction, which is 32, Broughton, which is crazy, I thought. And same with coming south. You can't come off for 31A for Longridge, but you can only get on it from Longridge. So if you came off at the northbound 31A, you can actually get on the southbound M6 at 31A. It's a bit daft, really, for a major motorway. So up here there are roadworks, as you can see, the signs here about if you break down you have to await recovery. They're actually improving this next junction. Currently, when you go to the M55 and Broughton at Preston, it goes on to 2 lanes, and there are 2 lanes that carry on to going north. Well, apparently they're making it 3 lanes going north, and it should have been completed apparently at the end of last year, but it's now March when the completion date is, so they've come under a lot of criticism about the lack of progress, and of course they blamed unforeseen groundworks problems, drainage problems. Well, you'd have thought they'd have known about such problems, drainage systems, etc., before they started the job. But once again, you know, there's no apparent planning. Everything's sort of hit and miss. We built the world, this country, throughout the last couple of 100 years. Can't even build a motorway now. Anyway, so we've just passed 32, which is M55, which takes you to Blackpool and the Foul Coast, and you can come off at the A6 at Preston. The A6 used to be the only way up north, right the way to the Scottish borders and beyond. But the M6, when that was opened fully, right to the Scottish border, the Carlisle, it took hours off the journey. You just want to get there somewhere, pretty quick. This is the way to go. So we're just coming from the 50 mile an hour speed limit section now. Just there we are. We're back to 70 now. National speed limit. So This is Lancaster Services, just otherwise known as Fortin, and it's very, very unusual, these services, in that it's got this tower on the left hand side. Again, I used to see that when I was a little lad in the back of my dad's car, and I knew when I saw that I were going on my holidays. Oh, it were happy times. I miss my mum and dad. So yeah, they're closing the third lane up here, so we're back in a 50 miles an hour speed limit. There are cameras, average speed cameras. I don't know if you have these over in Florida, Brian, where they actually calculate your speed between points, and if you're above it, well, you get a ticket in the post, speeding fine, and points on your license. Now this is coming up to junction 34, Lancaster North, and as I've said in previous videos, this is a major job. This junction here, I think completion date's summer 2016, and as I'm talking now, it's the 16th of February 2015. So quite a bit to go. And what they're doing, they're building a major, I don't know if it's motorway, whether it's just a dual carriageway to the port of Heysham. So we'll be going there to get the ferry to the Isle of Man this summer, but of course this road won't be built by then, so we'll have to plan for an earlier start, just in case there's any hold-ups. Might just do a dummy run the week before. So be a lot better when it's done, because it's quite a busy port. As I say, it's a major Isle of Man and Irish ferry and beyond port, so it needs a good road network. So now we're on the 683, the A683. Now if we turn right, that takes you to Lancaster and Morecambe, but we're going north, and this takes you towards Kirby Lonsdale ultimately, through some lovely villages, but we're calling it Caton Layby. Lots and lots of bikes come to this lay-by. It's quite a popular meeting place. For years I've ridden past, because I'm either coming down this road, you're either going to into Yorkshire or into the Lake District, the scenic way, instead of doing the motorway, or coming back, of course, you're wanting to get home, so I'll never stop. And one day I was out with our good friend Graham on his pan, and he stopped by, and I thought, wow. When I saw the little shop where you get the bacon butty and whatever you want, cup of tea, coffee, chips, all lovely, full breakfasts, full English. I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, I didn't know this existed. I thought it was just a lay-by, because it's actually off the road. It's actually behind some trees, so you can't really see it from the road. So yeah, oh, but it was good to get out. And by this time, the new tyres, this is the first proper ride on these tyres, got Michelin Pilot 4s on now. I had full confidence in them, because like when it's in winter time under these trees, it's quite it gets quite slippy, quite greasy. Lots of sap. It's damp. Although today was dry, you can see the road surface is good. And today, unlike the other time when we went to the lay-by, which is on one of these videos, there was a lot of salt dust in the air, and the camera was getting quite full of dust. That's the big drawback of having the camera on top of my helmet. But the plus side, of course, is you get a good view. You get a good view of the bike there, and you get a good view of the scenery. So I like it up there. Just coming into Caton now. There's a speed camera up here. Again, it's 30 miles an hour. There we go. And they are painted yellow, as you can see. There are some in the country that aren't. They're kind of camouflaged. They're not supposed to be. I mean, the thing is, you know, it's once again, we can all be caught out. We all break the limit to a degree at some point. It's whether you're a danger on the road. That's the thing. It's, you know, it's inappropriate speed. I mean, you won't come through here at 30 miles an hour, even though it's speed limit. You just wouldn't, because it's not safe. There's a crossing there just after the roundabout. So, you know, I'm doing 20 something miles an hour there. So you ride to the conditions. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to have the responsibility now. We have to be told, and it's just wrong angle, because people aren't going to take any notice of a different digit on a speed you know, on a speed limit board. If they want to speed, they're going to speed, whether you like it or not. So we're just about to arrive at the lay-by now. So I'll shut up now and I'll put some music on for the return. We're actually going to Glasson dock after we've had our break here. So I'll put some music on, enjoy, and catch you later. Bye for now. I do. Now then, we're on the 588 now, the A588. We're turning right here into the B5290. As you can see, the road's in an absolutely disgraceful condition. Just coming up, you'll see a photograph captured from Google Maps that shows it what it looked like in 2009, so 6 years ago. And I mean, look at the state of this. Just look at those potholes. It really is dangerous. And coming up to this bend here, there's a right-hand bend, and there's the road's breaking up on the bend, so you can see, just totally just unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. But here's a photograph of what it looked like in July 2009. Bye for now.